Hello there guys, and welcome to another Milk is Nice tutorial. In this tutorial we're going to be looking at doing some cool hover effects. So if I hover over this image, you can see the distortion on it and a slightly different distortion on this one. This uses three libraries which are Three.js, GSAP, and a library by a guy called Robin Delaporte which is hover.js. It's a really cool effect, pretty on trend at the moment, so let's just get started. Okay, so first things first, we're going to need to download some basic starter files. So if we go to Google and we can go to Initializer, I'll put the link below, and we can go responsive, and we don't need a template at the moment. We don't need jQuery. We can remove these for now. You guys can select what you like, but let's download it. And there it is. Show in Finder. Let's just bring it over here, and let's just bin that one for now and open up our initializer folder. I'm going to rename it to hover, and I'm going to open it in my brackets. Now before we start, you will need to make this work, it will need to run in a server environment. So I'm using the brackets editor, which has got one built in. There are other editors as well, like I think Atom has a built-in server for your local host, or you guys can set one up yourself, MAMP or WAMP or whatever. But anyway, yeah, let's crack on. So first of all, let's open up our index file. In here we can remove this, and we need to grab our script files. So the first one we're going to need is Three.js. So let's go back to Google and let's Google Three.js CDN, and go here and we can grab the minified version, this one, and copy the script tag, and we just paste that into here. We're also going to need tween max, so we're going to come here and we're going to type tween max CDN, there it is, and we copy the tween max minified version of the script tag, and that goes below there. And then one more we need is the hover effect. So that is by like I said, by Robin Delaporte, I think it is. It's on his GitHub page. I'll put the link below. We can just download the zip file for this. So sorry guys, I'm just downloading now. I should have done this earlier probably. Come on, there it is. Let's show that one, and let's just put it up here for now. Zip it and open up our folder, and inside here we have a folder called dist. So we're going to open this, and we're going to take the hover-effect.umd.js. We're going to drag that into our JS folder, and I'm going to put it into the vendor folder. And then let's go back to our HTML, and we want to link it up. So let's go script source equals, and let's find it here. So we got JS, vendor, and our hover effect. Okay, we better close it. There we go. And then in our body, we just want one div called container. And that, I think, is everything that we need now for the HTML. So let's move on to the CSS. Okay, let's go to the main.css, and we can bin everything that's in there now. So let's delete that. And to start with, we are going to to style up the body. So let's go body, and we need to give it a height of 100 VH, and let's display grid, grease display grid, and justify the content center, and let's align the content center, and then let's style up our container. So we're going to go container, and let's give it a width of, let's say, 1300 pixels by height of, what should we say, 1000 pixels. Okay, and I think that's everything that we need for the CSS now. So let's start looking at the JS. Actually, before we do the JS, let's grab our images that we're going to need. So if we go back to the hover effect master that we got from GitHub, open that, and then inside here is an example. So we click on the example and we can go to images, and there is a wide range of stuff in there that you can grab and play around with, but I'm just going to take the first two images and I'm going to put them into our image folder of our hover folder that we made. So they're in our folder. Then we need our displacement image. So this will give the effect that we want, and there's loads in here, but I'm just going to take number 1 for now. And then now we're ready to go to the JS. So come up here, and what we need to do first is go new hover effect, there it is, and then open up our brackets, curlies, and then we're going to go parent document dot query selector, there it is, and we want to grab the container, so we're going to go container. Now we can now grab our images, I guess. So excuse me, let's say image 1, and that was inside images, and it was img1.jpg, sorry. Image 2, oh, forgot my comma there. Image 2, let's just copy this, paste that under there. So, and then we can change that to 2, obviously. And then we'll need a displacement image. So let's come down here and we'll go displacement image, and that is going to be, oh, I've just realized I haven't done that, have I? Let's copy that there. Sorry, I put the / back in there, and then we'll put our, what was it called again, 1.jpg, wasn't it? 1.jpg. Okay, what we can do is we can add a few parameters up here. So we can set, if we go to back to GitHub and we scroll down, we can see here there's lots of optional parameters. So we've got intensity, so let's try that then. Let's go intensity 1, and then we can give that a number, and intensity 2. What else can we do? Let's have a look. We can go speed in and speed out, wasn't it? Speed in, speed out. So let's go, let's just copy speed in, and I can make that 1 second. I'm going to make them all 1 for now. Speed in 1, and then let's change this to, then copy that and change that to speed out, and then 1. And think that'll do for now. So let's try and test this, and fingers crossed, guys, it's gonna work. There we go. So there's our image, and if we hover over it, we get a nice little displacement effect. Lovely. And you can do like different effects. So you could go back into there, into the GitHub's example here. Sorry, the example we downloaded from GitHub, and we can go to displacement, and then we can add some more images in here. So let's go like this, and then we can say change our displacement to 2, and that should give us a different hover effect there. That's a cool one. And number, let's try 3, save, and there's another effect there, and then we can play around with the intensities. So you know, you can do all these different effects. I'll let you guys play around with it, and then we've got some more parameters you can mess about with in here. So yeah, I think that's everything. Don't forget to like and subscribe, guys. I'll leave some stuff in the description below for you, and thanks very much for watching again. Okay guys, cheers then, bye.